Hello, my name is Jennifer Chambers, and I'm here to talk about my book, Remarkable Oregon Women, and the adaptation for Readers Theater that the Applegate Regional Theater would like to do. I wrote this book because I grew up in Oregon, and I cannot imagine that I didn't know about the incredible things that women in Oregon have done. Starting with Abigail Scott Duniway, who is definitely not little known, mostly in Portland, actually. We didn't know a lot about her. I grew up in Middle Oregon. And she was one of the women who's instrumental in giving women the right to vote. I found out about her because I was doing some research for another book, actually, and I found a letter to her from Susan B. Anthony in the collection in the University of Oregon archives. This letter was pretty amazing because Susan was she used a lot of vitriol, and she talked to Abigail about how much she hated Oregon and would never ever come back. And she never did. I was able to confirm that with her museum in Rochester. So I wanted to find out the story. It's a pretty great story. Uh, Abigail actually kind of stalked Susan B. Anthony. She took a train, or I'm sorry, she took a boat from Portland and then a train in San Francisco to be where Susan B. Anthony was speaking, and she waited literally outside of her dressing room so that she could pounce on her and ask her after she was done with her talk if she would come and help her speak about women's rights in Oregon. And it worked out well. She had just lost her magazine and needed the money. So she came with Abigail to Oregon. And they spent 3 pretty miserable months talking about women's rights all throughout Oregon. But the kicker was that one of the very last weeks that she was in Oregon, she had to be with Abigail's entire family in a canvas tent, sleeping with them all in a tent in the rain in the Oregon State Fairgrounds. And as I say, it was pretty impactful for Susan. She never ever came back. Another woman that the story that is probably my favorite in the book that I think would be great to make into a visual representation is the story of Laura Stockton Starcher, who actually is America's first female mayor that I, again, had no idea that she existed. But her story is great because she was married in the late 1800s, was married to her husband, who was the mayor of Umatilla, Oregon. And she and her female friends didn't love the way that he ran the city. He ran the city with his friends, his cronies, kind of like a small dictatorship. They did whatever they wanted, were carousing and drinking. None of the rules were enforced. Nobody took out the trash, the municipal trash. The electricity got turned off to the street lights. The roads were all messed up, and the men didn't seem to care. So Laura got together with her friends at a tea party and basically held a tea party coup where they got all of their she got all of her friends at the tea party to get their husbands to vote for her instead of her husband in the next election. And he didn't find out that he wasn't the mayor until the morning after the election, and Laura was. So she was the first female mayor in America, and her friends actually became part of her council, and they were able to run the city for a few years. It wasn't a long-lasting reign, but pretty incredible. There's also shipbuilders. There are women who are the firsts in many many things. We have the nation's first female fighter pilot, Hazel Ying Lee. There's some incredible stories, and it'll be such a gift to be able to bring these to a larger audience. So thank you for the opportunity. Again, my name is Jennifer Chambers, and this is for the Applegate Regional Theater's adaptation of my book, Remarkable Oregon Women. Thank you.